They don't need to see you for you to be seen. Hello, welcome back to 90 Days of Lessons from me, for me to you. And today is day 50. Let's not talk about all the days I've missed. I'm gonna be missing a few days coming up because I do have a trip to go on for a week. I'm gonna be trying to record as much as I can. It's gonna be off of my phone and my laptop, but my uncle's funeral is next week, so gonna be out of the country for a while. But let's get back on gear to today's lesson. They don't need to see you for you to be seen. I feel like one of the things that we as humans do a lot for ourselves is that our self-worth, we kind of place it in the hands of other people. And that's normal. I feel like ever since we are young, we are, I don't want to say brainwashed, but it's ingrained to us that our value is external. Like, our value comes from how people perceive us. I mean, just look at the idea of growing up in the school system, right? Your grades, right? How well you do on an exam, or how well you do on tests and in classes, and how much your teacher likes you really does impact, especially in college. How much your professor likes you can impact your grades, right? They can impact whether you pass, whether you get a good grade, whether they round up for you, whether they help you out, whether they pay more attention to you, and things of that nature. And in some instances, it is true. Like, it is nice to be seen by other people. Believe me, it is very nice. It's very nice to be seen, especially by the people that you want to see you, right? This isn't even speaking in the context of a relationship or a friendship. It's nice to be seen and noticed just by strangers, right? You feel this sense of confidence when you get a compliment from a random stranger walking down the street. You feel this sense of confidence when, maybe as a guy, I can speak from my experience as a guy, when some girl maybe wants to, try to talk to you or tells you that, you look good today and things of that nature. And that's not to say those are bad things, but it's like, if your entire identity and self-worth is placed on those things, so when you're not receiving them constantly or getting them constantly, it really does affect your mental health. And again, I can speak from this because I've gone through it, and I'm still somewhat going through it. As I say with all these lessons, it's always a work in progress. Nothing is ever truly complete. So, there's days where I see myself for who I am. I look in the mirror and I'm happy with the person that I see in the mirror. And there's other days where, I feel like the validation of another person would really help me. And I can speak from this because, again, as someone who's been in a relationship for the past 3 years, and, again, I was dating somebody literally less than a week ago. Having that external validation really does help you. It really does. It feels so good. But the thing is, man, if you're living off of that for your entire life, you'll never truly be happy. You'll never truly be content with what you see in the mirror. You'll never truly be content with your thoughts and being, happy alone and by yourself, right? And we need to kind of shift away from this idea of that how they see me is who I am. Because I can't remember the quote, but there's 3 versions of you. There's the version that you think you are, the way that you're perceived, and the version that you actually are. Yeah, so there's the way that you think you are, there's how you're perceived, and then there's how you actually are. You would think that the way you think of yourself is how you actually are, but 9 times, I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10, but a lot of the times it's not, because like it's a mix of things, because there's things that you don't know about yourself that are involved with you. There's tics about yourself that you don't know, that maybe people who perceive you know about you, and then they speak to you about it, and it brings that to your attention. I don't know how many times it's ever happened to me, but I can bet it's happened to us a lot, because we don't truly know ourselves. That is what life is. It's that journey of getting to know yourself. I need you to understand, this is just it's on topic, but it's not here. Life is not about how much money you make. I know as a guy or as a girl or as a human being, it's so nice to have money. Your worth in life is not based on how many cars are in your driveway, how big your house is, and how many digits are in your bank account. Believe me, those things make life way easier and way more enjoyable. But there are so many people, and I can tell you this from growing up poor, that didn't know about those things and had a blast in life, right? And that does go back to the idea of, just because they don't see you doesn't mean that you can see yourself. You can look in the mirror, man. You can be happy with who you are. Do the things you like. Do things that make you happy, make you confident. I know that external validation, it's so satisfying, man. It's so satisfying. But once you look at yourself and you're confident, truly confident with who you see in the mirror, nobody can faze you. Nobody can faze you. When people choose to pick themselves up and leave your life, you're okay. Why? Because you're confident in yourself and you know what you, for the lack of a better analogy, bring to the table, right? You know what you brought. You know that you tried your best. You know that you did the best that you could. So when either you get rejected from maybe an internship or college or this or that, that doesn't define you. Maybe a person doesn't want to be with you. That doesn't define you. They don't need to see you for you to be seen. You can see yourself and be happy with who you are. You can see yourself and be satisfied with who you are. You can look in that mirror every single day with a smile on your face because it's a choice that you make. I know it kind of sounds a little bit, I wouldn't say redundant, but crazy to think that you make the active choice, whether it's subconsciously or an active one. I do think it's an active choice either way, but your mind makes the active choice of how you're perceived. And that's when the idea of reworking and rewiring your brain comes into play, right? If you look in the mirror every single day and talk to yourself and be like, this is one thing I always champion. Talk to yourself, speak to yourself, have conversations with yourself. It's something I'm going to start getting back to because I've kind of neglected it a little bit. Talk to yourself, whether you're happy, you're sad, especially when you're confused or annoyed. Talk to yourself and rationalize what's going on with yourself. I'm not going to say every single thing's going to be understood because emotions aren't rational, but talk to yourself. That's another way of seeing yourself, right? That's another way of understanding yourself. To be seen is to be understood. To be seen is to be understood. To be understood is to be seen. And no, I don't want to say there's nobody who's ever going to truly see you, because I do believe that there are people out there who truly see you. I believe me as a person, I can see people, right? If somebody really does open themselves up to me, I try to see them for who they are and where they're at, right? So I'm not going to tell you that there's people out there who can't truly see you, but the one person I guarantee you can truly see you is you. The one person who can truly understand you is you. And I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, right? If you're trying to have other people see you without you first seeing yourself. Because that's when you get lost. That's when you don't understand who you are. That's when you don't understand where you are. That's when you don't understand what you want. So whatever these people want from you, wherever they want you to go, I'm kind of having my epiphany as I'm going through this. This lesson's really resonating with me right now. That's how you end up becoming a person that you don't like or want to be. That's how you end up in situations that you didn't want to be in the first place. That's how you end up with an unhappy life. That's how you end up hating where you are, right? And I used to do this. I used to do that a lot. I still do to some degree. But the thing with me, I can speak from, is that I don't want to say the reins, but I've taken the chains of my own life and I've started to direct myself into directions that I want to go. Again, this is that. Me doing this every single day. I haven't posted a TikTok in a couple days. But that's things like that is me taking control of my own life. There's still other ways I want to take control of my own life, but I know it's a gradual process. It's not just something that you just wake up overnight and do. There's things you can wake up overnight and do. You can start going to the gym, things like that. Again, that's another way of taking control of your life and seeing yourself, being healthy, right? But I'm just saying, like, stop being so caught up in the idea of needing to be seen by other people that you don't even see yourself. Stop being so caught up with needing the opinions of other people that you push aside your own opinion, right? I'm not saying don't listen to people and take advice from them, but just remember, at the end of the day, it's your life. What you do with it is what you do with it. Nobody else is coming to save you. I know that's going back to our earlier lesson, but nobody else is coming to save you. Your life, man. Live it how you want and make sure you're happy with it. See yourself every single day and be happy with it. So, yeah. That's today's lesson. I feel like that was a pretty passionate one because, again, halfway through that, I kind of have my own epiphany of where I am in my own life right now. But as always, actually, no, before I even end this one, I want to say thank you guys. You guys have really been resonating with the past couple of videos, and that really means a lot to me. Like, genuinely, you guys have been commenting. especially I can't remember your name, but you know, you know, matter of fact, no, I'm gonna go through. It's a pretty name. Not pretty name, but it's a pretty I have, yeah, Fallen Angel Chai. There we go. Fallen Angel Chai. That's actually a nice name. Fallen Angel Chai. Thank you. But to everybody else, thank you guys so much for commenting, for liking, for subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and we're gonna keep going. And somebody asked me what I'm gonna be doing after the 90 days are up. I still don't know yet. I do know I want to take the channel in a more cinematic direction. I'm hoping that by the time these next 40 days go by, or 50, let's be honest, these next 40 to 50 days go by, I have enough money to buy a camera that I can go outside and start recording and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, that's the little update for the channel. This channel started off as, I know I'm talking as if this is the end of the 90 days. This channel started off as more of a video diary, and it still is that. It's a way for me to express myself, and I really do want to keep that intact. You know, I want to keep that personal aspect of it intact, because it's really what does make me do this every single day, for the most part. For the most part, because we would be way further along right now. But as always, see God in everything that you do. See God first, put him first. Love yourself more than you love anybody else. And if there's nobody out there that loves you, I love you, but there's somebody out there that loves you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.